life, I don't play well on television, so I am watching the Candace Owens documentary or investigative report about Brigitte Macron and her spouse and whether Brigitte is actually a woman. So I am just on the introduction. So I made a video about the lawsuit that has been filed against Candace, and I got so many comments. I mean, you'll have to go back and watch the video, but it literally has about 3,000 comments at this point. And so many people were saying, oh, you've got to watch the documentary. You've got to see the evidence that Candace has. So I decided I really needed to watch this so that I can understand the legal implications. I want to understand whether Candace Owens is in legal jeopardy as a result of what she has been saying about Brigitte Macron, or if she's, going to be able to successfully defend herself. So that is the reason for me watching this. So I noted a couple of things in the introduction. Number one, Candace is very aware of what the legal standard is for her to be liable. She stated at the very beginning that they would have to prove reckless disregard for the truth. So she understands what she's facing. And I think she is laying a foundation for her defense with these videos, with her YouTube series. Number two, she shared a list of questions that she had sent to the Macrons. And she said that many of the questions were yes or no questions. I believe she said she sent 22. She displayed, I believe it was like maybe 4 through 16, but I'm going to post what she displayed in the video. After she received the letter from the Macrons, she sent them a letter. And her letter contained a list of questions that she wanted answered, presumably to assure her that Brigitte is in fact female, biological female. But I think she's going to use her letter that she sent to them as part of her argument that she was acting in good faith, that she sent this list of questions because she had a sincere belief that this person was not biological female. I think we need to read the letters together in order to understand whether, in fact, her letter was sent in good faith. I will note that a significant number of the questions she displayed, maybe 5 or 6 of those questions, dealt with their origin story in the PDF, not with whether Brigitte is a biological female. Now, that may be significant later on. Maybe we will understand, or I will understand, why she is focusing on the origin story versus whether this person is a biological female. Leads me to the third thing I noted. She talks a lot about the PDF. At least in the introduction, and I'm going to just make videos as I watch the series, but at least in the introduction, heavy on the PDF. Absolutely no evidence so far, just in the introduction, as to whether or not Brigitte Macron is actually biological female. So, and also a lot about their origin story. And I think we can all agree their origin story is absolutely weird. In the United States of America, it would be absolutely unacceptable. A politician could probably just give up their hopes and dreams of higher office if they had the same origin story as the Macrons. I don't know about French culture. Maybe they have some different values or views, but I know in the U.S. he would not have been able to go on to be president of the United States. So I think that's all very valid to note that the origin story, their relationship, is very weird and creepy. But I'm waiting to hear, and maybe I'll hear in episode 1, the proof that Brigitte Macron is biologically female. Because I'm not sure why it's significant to the story, and maybe she's going to explain it. And the other thing I'll note is that she assumed that she would be sued in the state of Tennessee. As we now know, they have sued her in the state of Delaware. And I think that's significant because I think the attitudes, the values of people in Tennessee may be very different from those from people in Delaware. So jurisdiction matters. It's a very significant thing. So that's what I've noted so far. And one other thing, she also mentioned that she had received a letter from the Macrons threatening her, or I'm sure it was a cease and desist type letter, saying we're going to sue you. And she found that to be some type of evidence that there's some there. I don't think that's true. I think in these types of cases, you want to lay the foundation that we try to give this person the evidence or information. We ask this person to stop making these baseless claims. So I think legally that makes sense to me, and to me it's not evidence that there's something that they are trying to hide. I think, any attorney who was representing them would have done something similar. But I'm very interested in what this very lengthy letter said. Candace says herself in her introduction that it's a very long letter. She may have actually said the number of pages, but she says it's a very long letter. And if I want to know what information they gave her, because we know in the complaint that has been filed, they claim we gave her everything she needed to know to come to the conclusion that Miss Macron is in fact a biological female. So what's in that letter I think is going to be significant in this case as it proceeds. And it's going to be significant as to whether or not she acted in reckless disregard to the truth. So I am about to watch the first episode, and I will make a video once I complete the first episode and share my thoughts after I watch that one. But y'all let me know what you think. I know a lot of you have watched this video series. A lot of you are convinced that what she's saying is the truth. But let me know what you think. Particularly, I want you to try to separate the PDF from the question of whether Macron is a biological woman. I separate those two issues because so far I've heard a lot about one and I'm not sure how it affects the other. So I look forward to seeing what you think in the comments.